Like you look at the thing and you say you want to be that, but somewhere in your spirit you feel like I can kind of do that, but I can't do that. And I can't do that, or I'm not sure if I can do that. It's the thing that's stopping you from doing that.
What are the things that you fear that's been keeping you from living your dream? That's been keeping you from doing some things that you would like to do? Just think about those things. The life is about growth. And he said, you can either go back to your comfort zone, and there you won't find any growth, or you must be willing to go forward and face your fears again and again and again, because you're never going to have a fear-free existence. I mean, some fear is acceptable and legitimate. There are some things that you really should be afraid of. Now, you shouldn't allow it to immobilize you. You acknowledge it, you take it into account, and you carry yourself accordingly. There are times that we should proceed with caution, but it's the difference between being stopped by fear. It's the difference between having a fear and the fear having you.
When I said the Nobel Prize, I promise you. Okay, so watch this. When I say I'm gonna win the Nobel Prize, people say what? That's a big one. That's a lot. And when they say that's a big one, that's a lot, what do they mean? You're not qualified, the limitations. So they say it with the limitations, but when I heard it, I didn't hear it. When I heard it, I was like, woo, I'm about to go get this Nobel Prize. I'm about to go get this Nobel Prize. And so when I spoke, I'm about to get this Nobel Prize. 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 I put it out in the atmosphere, and out of nowhere, people start sending me books on people who win the Nobel Prize. They sent me a book of like 100, 200,000 people who won it from the beginning up to now.
So when you begin to say, what is it that I want to leave? What contribution that I want to begin to make? What difference do I want to make in life? What is it that I want to do with the rest of the life that I have left? What chances I need to take? What risks do I need to begin to embrace? What fears do I need to step on? What areas of my life am I dead right now? What dreams? You can either live your dreams or live your fears. You have got to get to a point where you say, I'm sick and tired of living like this. There's got to be more. To break through those fears.
I want to speak to the thing that's got you up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I want to speak to you about the thing that you can't speak to other people about, because it's too personal and it's too scary and it's too dangerous and you don't even want to talk about it. Your joy, your peace, your amygdala has hijacked the opportunity you have to be happy right now, because it keeps dragging you back into something that you are actually out of. Enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And one of the things he will do is steal the peace of where you are with the threat of where you've been. And all of a sudden, when you hear the hoof prints coming, it's not like he got you, but it reminds you that he used to have you. And all of a sudden, it's as if you're already dead.
I need you to do me a favor, get rid of all fear. All fear, all doubt. Any music, any TV programs, any person. I need you to get rid of all fear. I need you to believe. All right, what would you do if you weren't afraid? If you really believed that you could do what you said you could do, what would you do differently? First of all, you would do it. Don't say that. You would do it. It wouldn't be on a piece of paper. You would actually do it. But what would you do that you're not doing right now if you believed? Good. So we're just gonna go. Listen to me very closely. If they're gonna shut the door on us, they're gonna shut the door. We're not gonna shut the door on ourselves. We're not gonna pre-shut the doors. You feel like we're gonna stop pre-shutting doors. We're gonna stop going, they don't even need to go to that door, because I already know what they're gonna do with that door. They're gonna shut me down. We're gonna stop pre-shutting doors. And if the doors get shut, they're gonna have to shut it. So we're gonna go where we wanna go. Where would we like to go? The problem is you looking at the fear side of it and not the faith side of it. Start looking at the faith side of it. Start looking at what it would look like if you actually did what you said you wanted to do. Stop looking at what can't happen and start looking at what can happen.
What do you do when somebody's not there watching you? What do you do when you have to either do what it is you know you're supposed to do, or you get to take the play off because no one's going to know the difference. Because it's really easy for anybody to come to work on the days they feel like killing it and killing it. But what happens on the days that you don't feel like killing it? What happens on the days that you don't feel like getting out of bed? Because those are the fucking days that are going to define where you end up in your life.
You're not the only one and you're not the first one. And they introduced her to the other people that was doing it. When you start believing and start moving, you're going to start getting introduced to opportunities. You're going to start going behind closed doors. You're going to start doing stuff that nobody else is doing. Why? Because don't nobody even know that it's possible. This is just a small group of people that believe, that spending time together.
You don't punish yourself, it's never going to happen. You don't punish yourself. Somebody said, E, you losing weight. I punish myself. I don't eat meat no more. That's a punishment. I had to give something up to go up. What do you give up? Do you not watch TV? That's your problem. You getting to watch TV and not make money and still survive. The reason why you broke is because you getting a reward and you ain't working. Greatness is in you, but the problem is somebody's got to push you. The problem is somebody's got to give you a reward. Somebody's got a project. The problem is you're not self-motivated. You have to stay in beast mode. And so I'm looking at the clock and I'm saying, technically, you can go back to sleep, technically. But Eric Thomas, if you go back to sleep, you might not wake up to 3:30. You might not wake up to 4 o'clock. And if you wake up at 4 o'clock, Eric, for 30 minutes of sleep, you might be pushing your goals back a week. You might be pushing your goals back a month. You might be pushing your goals back an entire year by sleeping for 2 hours because you missed an opportunity.
I know that you've got greatness within you. I know that you have unlimited potential in you. I know that you have something to give to the universe that was not here before you showed up. Somebody said that life is God's gift to us, and how we live our lives is our gift to God. What kind of gift are you giving? And what kind of gift could you give if fear wasn't an issue? I'm saying you can have fears, but don't surrender. Don't let your fears have you. You're more than capable of making this your decade.
I fail over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. You get to make a choice. Is failure going to break you, or is failure going to make you? You get to decide. Failure doesn't. You're not finished. If you're alive, you're not finished. No, you got another gear in you. So everybody, I can, because I'm capable. I will, because I'm strong. I must, because they count on me.
Beginning to know that your dreams, your passions, your drive to achieve whatever it is you want, as it has more power and meaning, it will move you past your fears. As you begin to feel that you deserve it, your passion and goal is so strong that fears won't matter. As you begin to trust yourself and put yourself in the situation where you have to make it happen, you will make it happen.
Fear in and of itself is not a bad thing. It stops children from touching hot stoves. It does a lot of positive things. It causes us the fear of the Lord. It's the beginning of wisdom. It causes us to understand a lot of things that we need to understand. Boundaries. God has already warned you about that. You're afraid to do that again. You don't want to get into that same trouble. So fear in and of itself is not necessarily a bad thing. It's an emotion.
Living under constant fear, though it is an emotion, it actually takes toll on the body. It affects your physical health. It even weakens your immune system, affects your digestive tract, does damage to your cardiovascular system. Fear does stuff that doctors can detect in the body that you have no reason to be sick, and yet your body is responding to something that the doctor cannot detect. It hijacks everything. Your brain perceives everything differently when you're afraid.
Life happens. Things happen out of your control. Now you can either respond to that in the way you should, or you can let that mess you up. It's not what happens to you in life that determines your future. It's how you respond to what happens to you that determines your future.
I want you to be terrified of sitting on your ass and doing nothing. That is what I want you to be afraid of waking up in 6 days or 6 weeks or 6 years or 60 years and being no closer to your goal. You've made no progress. That is the horror. That is the nightmare. That is what you need to be truly afraid of.